Who's number one? Who could it be? It's Shohei Ohtani. But stick around for the rest of the list. I promise you, it's interesting. Welcome to the Dugout. I'm your host, Joseph Silva, and we are at the finale of our Top 50 Players series. We're going 10 through 1. We know who number 1 is, but who's 10 through 2? We're going to have to wait and find out. But before we get started, if you're enjoying the content, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe to the Run the Play Network. It's almost the Super Bowl, and let the boys at the hot seat preview this incredible matchup for you. Now, we start at number 10 with Jose Ramirez. Everyone in the analytics community has been telling you for a long time that Jose Ramirez is the best third baseman in baseball. But people said, no, it's Machado. No, it's Austin Riley. No, it's all these different players. That's not Jose Ramirez. Well, guess what? It's Jose Ramirez. It's always been Jose Ramirez. Last year, he hit .279 with 39 home runs, 118 RBIs, 41 stolen bases, 355 on base, 537 slug, good for an 872 OPS, 143 OPS, plus he put up 3 outs above average at third. Yeah, that's right. Ohtani got all the headlines for going 40-40 with a walk-off grand slam, and then he went 50-50 with the best offensive game in baseball history. But Jose Ramirez was 1 home run away from joining the 40-40 club. I feel like it did not get talked about as much. And yeah, the 3 outs above average was the worst defensive season of his career, but it's still a pretty good defensive season overall. But overall, base running wise, he was the best base runner he's ever been. Yeah, a lot of that was driven by the stolen bases, but he's still good at taking the extra base as well. And arguably, this was the best offensive season of his career. He had a lot of power while maintaining a good average and a good on base. And he's been trading that patient approach for more barrels, and it's been working out for him. His progressive field is not a hitter's park by any means, but he's still finding a lot of gaps, hitting a lot of home runs. He's been a phenomenal player overall, except for the one time he decided to pull everything in 2018. Do not sleep on Jose Ramirez. He is so damn good. I love him so much. Best third baseman in baseball. At number 9, we have Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets. He hit .273 with 33 home runs, 91 RBIs, 29 stolen bases, good for a 344 on base, 500 slug, 844 OPS, 138 OPS plus, and 16 outs above average at shortstop last year. Again, he's one of those that everyone is telling you, Francisco Lindor is so good. You got to believe in Lindor, man. The hit tool finally caught up to where the defense is, because defensively, he's put up 10 outs above average in every season of his career except 2. And he's improved his barrel rate every season since coming to New York, while maintaining a strikeout rate below 20%, is the bat has finally caught up to where the defense is. And that's good because that defense is phenomenal. It was a big move from Mendoza to put Lindor in the leadoff spot when he was struggling, and Lindor rewarded him and then some. He had so many clutch hits for the Mets. But on top of that, he really just was a consistent table setter for the Mets. I think with the presence of Juan Soto in that lineup, he's just going to get better and better. I think Lindor is fantastic. Stop saying he's overrated. If you keep saying it, he's going to keep being underrated. And that's weird to say of a top 10 player in baseball. Just put some respect on his name. At number 8, we got Bryce Harper, man. 285 average last year with 30 home runs, 87 RBIs, a 373 on base, 525 slugging, good for an 899 OPS, 149 OPS plus, and 8 outs above average at first. I get defense doesn't matter at first as much as other positions, but 8 outs above average is still fantastic defense from him overall. He put a lot of work and effort to master the position, and it's paying off for him and then some. But offensively, you know what Bryce Harper does. He smashes the ball. He hits it incredibly hard while walking over 12% of the time. And here's the thing about Harper. That 30 home runs number, it's a great number, but it doesn't tell you that he went a whole month without hitting a home run. So look for that home run number to get even better, which is scary because 30 home runs is 30 home runs with a 12% walk rate. He is a phenomenal player. He's kind of showing everyone why it was stupid to not offer him the contract the Phillies did. He might have one of the most team-friendly contracts in the league, which is weird because he's getting like $350 million. But that's just how good Harper is. He brings so much respect to this Phillies team. He's the reason why they went from the laughingstock for the longest time to legit World Series contenders for the past 3 years. Harper is so damn good. I'm glad we finally stopped saying he's overrated. Now we got Mookie Betts here at number 6. It is weird to put him at the best shortstop in baseball. Let me just be honest with you about it. But the numbers back it up. In 116 games last year, he hit .289 with 19 home runs, 75 RBIs, a .372 on base, .491 slugging, .862 OPS, good for a .145 OPS plus. He excised his postseason demons. Overall, he is Mookie Betts, man. But the big question for him is a couple things, actually. But how does he adjust to playing shortstop? He was kind of thrown into the fire last year in spring training. Roberts announced that him, not Gavin Lux, would be the team shortstop for the season. And he responded by putting him up -4 outs above average. Had a lot of difficulty moving towards first base in the range factor. A lot of throwing errors. Now he has a full offseason to prepare. Does he get the numbers up to be even an average shortstop defensively? Or are the Dodgers going to have to try and find a solution? Because he just doesn't have the speed anymore to be a corner outfielder. The range is way down for him in right. He still made a lot of great plays in right last year, don't get me wrong, but the middle infield is where he's going to be. The question is, do we have to move Tommy Edman to short at some point, or can he hold up overall? The other big question is the sprint speed has been down year over year. It is down tremendously. But can he still continue to add value with his legs, be a smart base runner like Freeman? He did it last year. Let's see if he can keep doing it up overall. He didn't barrel the ball up as much this year as previous years, but continued to spray the ball all over the field. Gets that barrel rate up. He's going to still be a good hitter. Overall, he's just Mookie Betts, man. He is the underrated superstar of the 2010s because Mike Trout overshadowed him. Now he's being overshadowed by Judge, Ohtani, and all these phenomenal players coming up behind him. But he's still a first ballot Hall of Famer for a reason, and this is an appropriate spot to put him. Now at number 6, this is the player I probably have the most trouble ranking, and that is Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. He only played 49 games last year, and they were not a good 49. He only hit .250 with 4 home runs, 15 RBIs, 16 stolen bases, a .351 on base, .365 slugging, good for a .716 OPS and a .101 OPS plus. And the big thing with him is he going to continue to be as aggressive as he was? He's coming off a second ACL surgery. So you're looking, is he going to make those highlight plays in the outfield? Is he going to be that electric base runner that draws so much attention the second he gets to first base? Is he going to take the extra bases with reckless abandon like he did before? Or is he going to be a lot more cautious? Is the speed going to be gone? Can he not back it up the way he was before? That remains to be seen. Offensively, though, he is still patient as hell. And yeah, the strikeout rate jumped 2023 to 2024. But let's be honest, it was a mirage anyways. It was way below his career norms and then shot up the next year. I don't expect him to put up the strikeout rate he did in his MVP season. The barrel rate was, again, a career worst in 2024, but he still hits the ball incredibly hard. He still barrels up the ball 10% of the time. That's a fantastic hitter. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. 6, I think, is a right spot for him. I don't think he's going to steal 50 bases in a season ever again. I don't think he's going to make those electric plays in the outfield ever again. But he's still going to be good for 30 home runs a year. He's still going to walk about 10% of the time, and I think that's tremendous value from Acuna. And if he continues to be aggressive, my God, is he going to be scary for a long time. But before we get started with the top 5, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Man, okay, LeBron hit my parlay. Let's get it.
Oh shit, he hit it?
Yeah, bro. Look at this.
I won $200. I tailed your parlay.
How the heck did you win $200?
I used Boom Fantasy. I used their pick and spin, spun the wheel, got 10 times my money.
Bro, you gotta hook me up.
If you use code RTP, you could get a risk-free bet up to $100. Let's get back to the video.
Now, at number 5, we have a player that I've always been very high on, and that's Baltimore Orioles shortstop Gunnar Henderson. Last year, he hit .281 with 37 home runs, 92 RBIs, a .364 on base. He had 21 stolen bases, a .529 slugging percentage, good for an .839 OPS and a .159 OPS plus. And from his rookie year to his sophomore, he really grew as a hitter. Strikeout rate went down, walk rate went up while continuing to hit the ball extremely hard. And the home run numbers should go up a little bit more now that the Great Wall of Baltimore is moving in a little bit more. So the power can be even better, but I'm not fully banking on it just yet. But the thing that kind of concerned me a little bit is before the All-Star break, he had 7 outs above average at shortstop. He finished with 0 outs above average at shortstop for the year. So he just went through a defensive slump, or was the 7 outs above average a mirage? That is wait to be seen. I'm kind of betting on the fact that he is going to continue to be a good defender at shortstop. He did have a good defense tool in the minors. I trust Gunnar Henderson to be a great shortstop defensively. And overall, he just has such a well-rounded game. Great contact, great speed, great defense, great power. He's just a great hitter overall. Gunnar Henderson, I love him so much. Let's hope him and the O's can have some success this year. At number 4, we have the $700 million man himself, Juan Soto. He earned it, though, last year, hitting .288 with 41 home runs, 109 RBIs, a .419 on base, .569 slugging, good for a .989 OPS and a .178 OPS plus. Let's just get the negatives out of the way. Yes, he's a crappy defender. Yes, he's a shitty base runner. Yes, he's going to have to move to DH at some point. But he has a decent arm out there on right. He had a 3-run value with that arm. He'll gun you down if you're not ready for it. But you're not paying Juan Soto to gun people down in the outfield. You're paying him because he has the best eye in baseball. He walked 18.1% of the time. Soto shuffles the hell out of people. He will not budge. The pit right could be here. The strike zone could be here. He's not moving that bat. He is phenomenal with his command of the strike zone. He has great bat-to-ball skills. He has a lot of power, which can only get even better as he starts to enter his prime. Juan Soto is phenomenal. He just can't be higher because the 3 people above him have even better skill sets, but do not sleep on Juan Soto. The Mets gave him that money for a reason. The offense is not going to dip that much at Citi Field, despite what you might think about the short porch in left and in right at Yankee Stadium. He's still going to be fine. He's Juan Soto. He's great. At number 3, we got Bobby Witt Jr., man. What can you say about him? Keep in mind, these are the stats of a player who did not win MVP. Because last year, he hit .332 with 32 home runs, 109 RBIs, 39 stolen bases, a .389 on-base percentage, .588 slugging, good for a .977 OPS, a .171 OPS plus, with 16 outs above average at shortstop. And let me remind you, when I was talking about Francisco Lindor being the best shortstop in baseball, he also had 16 outs above average at short. He's an incredible base runner, not just because he has the fastest sprint speed in all of baseball, but he will steal bases like most anybody else. He is super aggressive with that speed on the base paths, and it pays off because he is successful in taking the extra base a lot of the time. Yes, he chases a lot, but he pays dividends because he hits everything. He hits everything super hard. He is the most well-rounded player in baseball. He doesn't have the godly tools of the top 2, but put together, he has a super complete game. He is the prototypical modern baseball player. He's just not as good as the top 2, which really speaks to the quality of talent in Major League Baseball. If someone who put up that kind of season could not win MVP, someone who put up that kind of season cannot even crack the top 2, that just shows how damn good the top 2 are. And of course, we got to get started with Aaron Judge, the man who beat Bobby Witt Jr. in that MVP race, as he hit .322 last year with 58 home runs, 144 RBIs, a .458 on base, a .701 slugging, good for a 1159 OPS and a 223 OPS plus. That is a better OPS plus than when Aaron Judge broke Roger Maris's home run record in 2022. Do you know how insane that is to have a better OPS plus than when you broke the fucking home run record? Judge is unbelievable. And how did he improve upon it, quite frankly? Because that was considered to be the apex of who Aaron Judge was as a player. And quite frankly, it's because he got super selective. He had a below average zone swing rate, meaning he was not swinging that many pitches in the zone, but he compensated for that by swinging at basically every meatball that was thrown his way. There's a reason why people were criticizing Judge for being a middle merchant, because he sat middle, and he punished anything that was middle. He has the best power of anybody in baseball. And the defense, I think, is finally going to take a step forward back to where it was when he came onto the scene. He's taken a corner outfield spot with Bellinger taking center field. Let's just hope he doesn't drop the ball again. But that's where he's better suited to play. It's better for his body long term, less ground for him to cover. I think Judge will be fine as right fielder once again. And overall, he's just so damn good, man. We didn't think he can improve upon 2022. Well, he just did that. I don't think he can improve upon 2024. But again, if he even stays anywhere near this ballpark, he is still going to be a fantastic hitter and one of the best players in baseball. But he's not going to be the best player in baseball. Because I think deep down when we started this series, we all knew who was going to be number one. I spoiled it for you in the intro. It's Shohei Ohtani. It's always been Shohei Ohtani. It's always going to be Shohei Ohtani as long as he's pitching. And guess what? He's going to be pitching this year. Last year, he won the MVP as a DH, hitting .310 with 54 home runs, 130 RBIs, 59 stolen bases, a .390 on base, 646 slugging, good for a 1036 OPS and a 190 OPS plus. As a pitcher in 2023, his last full season before he got Tommy John, he started in 23 games through 132 innings with a 3.14 ERA, good for a 1.42 ERA plus, 167 strikeouts, good for 11.4 strikeouts per night, 3.8 walks per nine, 1.2 home runs per nine, and a FIP of 4 even. And guess what the Dodgers do? Is they take bad starting pitchers, make them good starting pitchers. They took good starting pitchers, make them great starting pitchers. Now they have a bunch of great starting pitchers. They're going to make them excellent starting pitchers. They were willing to coach Ohtani and kind of tell him like, hey, fix this, do this as a hitter. And he put up the best hitting season of his career. He put up the best hitting season a DH has ever put up. You do not put up the kind of WAR Shohei did as a DH. It should be impossible. It should be impossible to win MVP as a DH. But he did it. He is going to monopolize the MVP in the National League. I know people are saying it's going to be the greatest MVP race in National League history. Bitch, that MVP trophy has his name engraved on it as long as he's pitching. And he should be pitching for at least another 2 to 3 seasons. What is there to say about him? He's more aggressive on the base pass. He's got tremendous power. He has so many great swing decisions. He's Shohei Ohtani. There's a reason why Fox put the 3 batters away, X batters away graphic. He's must-watch television. He's making a case to be the greatest player in baseball history. Go watch Shohei Ohtani. Go appreciate Shohei Ohtani. He is always going to be number one on lists like this going forward, as long as he continues to be a two-way player. And I, for one, am looking forward to his first two-way season in Dodger Blue. But let me know in the comments down below. Am I too much of a homer for my Dodgers? I'm not, but let me know. If you agreed with the rankings, also let me know. If you disagreed, also let me know. If you enjoyed the content, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the Run the Play Network, and don't forget on the way out, play ball.